Doodlebug and Dandelion, treasure hunting. Don't worry, Rudyard, Doodlebug said as the camp bus began to roll. We're going to have a blast. Cousin Rudyard didn't reply. He peered out the window, but he couldn't see his mom anymore. He clutched Pinks, his tiny toy ninja bunny. Pinks kept him safe while he slept, but Rudyard had never slept away from home, except at his cousin's house, ever. The thought of spending 4 whole nights at Camp Wonky Tonka filled him with dread. When they pulled into camp a half hour later, Rudyard felt even worse than before. It'll be fun, cuz, Doodlebug shouted as they climbed off the bus. We'll swim in a lake. But how deep is the water? Rudyard wanted to know. And have campfires in the woods. What about mosquitoes? Rudyard asked. Before Doodlebug could answer, a sun-tanned camp counselor hailed the crowd. Ahoy, mateys, I'm Wavy Dave. Welcome to Camp Wonky Tonka for happy boys. I'm not happy, Rudyard grumbled, but no one heard him amidst all the cheering. I have your cabin assignments and daily schedules, Wavy Dave said, passing out sheets of paper. And check this out. On our last day, we're going on a geocaching adventure. What's that? Rudyard asked nervously. Doodlebug shrugged. Guess we'll find out, he asked. That night in cabin 7, Doodlebug collapsed on his bunk, tired, sunburned, and happy. Below on the bottom bunk, Rudyard sighed. His day had been okay. He'd seen 2 deer in the woods, and the hot dogs at the cookout were delicious. But his mom wasn't there to tuck him in. He hugged Pinks tight against his chest. The next day, Rudyard found that he had a hidden skill in archery. He discovered s'mores, but when the cabin lights went out, he still wished he had his dad there to make up a bedtime story. The third day, Rudyard beat 4 opponents in the Camp Wonky Tonka Bungee the Lake contest. That night, he fell asleep smiling, remembering how everyone had cheered his big win. On the fourth day, Wavy Dave passed out mysterious gadgets to each team of 2. Hey, little dudes, it's geocaching time. Every team has its very own coordinates programmed into these GPS devices, Dave explained. Follow the voice directions to find your team hidden treasure. You've got 1 hour, starting now. The team scattered. Doodlebug turned on the GPS and headed into the woods with Rudyard. Go 15 yards and cross Wayward Bridge, a robotic woman's voice instructed. Turn east and go 30 feet. After a while, both boys felt they were close. 10 feet ahead, the voice said. Rudyard, our cache is somewhere around here, Doodlebug declared. Maybe under that big rock over there. They bolted for the rock and turned it over together, but they found no treasure. Doodlebug scanned the area for another hiding place. Then, in a low tree hollow, something sparkled in the shadowy woodland light. Just as Doodlebug was about to go for it, Rudyard pointed and yelled, Look, in the tree! Doodlebug smiled. Good eye, cuz, he said, pretending he hadn't seen it first. Rudyard pulled a plastic bag out of the hollow. Inside the bag was an engraved tin box. Inside the box, right on top, was the finder's log, which he and Doodlebug signed. Then they examined the treasure, 5 cool marbles, a semi-rare card, and a fork-beard Viking action figure. The directions said they could take any treasure they wanted as long as they put something back in return. Score, my very own Forkbeard, Rudyard cried, holding up the fearsome-looking treasure. Doodlebug frowned. He'd wanted that exact Forkbeard figure forever, but he had let Rudyard get to the treasure first. You have to put something back in, Doodlebug said, slightly bugged. Then we have to get back. Rudyard hesitated. Finally, he put Pinks from his pocket and gently placed the ninja bunny in the tin box. Somebody else will need Pinks more than me now, Rudyard said proudly, stuffing the cash back into the hollow. I wish camp wasn't over tomorrow. Me too, Doodlebug sighed, still eyeing Forkbeard. Rudyard noticed his cousin's glum expression. Here, Doodlebug, he said, holding out his treasure. Take him. You're the biggest Viking fan in the whole world. Wow, really? A smile spread across Doodlebug's face. Thanks, cuz. Hey, race you back to camp? Yelled Rudyard, darting off into the woods. Doodlebug laughed and ran to catch up with him. Neither boy had ever felt so happy in their whole life. Number 1. What is the central message of this story? Use at least 2 details from the text to support your answer. Number 2. Which detail would be most important to include in a summary of the story? A. Doodlebug and Rudyard share a cabin. B. Doodlebug was excited to be at camp. C. Rudyard had never slept away from home before, except at his cousin's house. D. Rudyard was really good at archery. Number 3. Read the sentence. I'm not happy, Rudyard grumbled. Which response best explains why Rudyard says this? A. He doesn't like Wavy Davy. B. He is scared of mosquitoes. C. He doesn't know how deep the water in the lake is. D. He is nervous about being away from home in a new place. Number 4. Read this sentence. Before Doodlebug could answer, a suntanned camp counselor hailed the crowd. What does the word hailed mean as it is used here? A. Greeted. B. Applauded. C. Looked at. D. Noticed. Number 5. What did the boys do on their first day at camp? A. Archery. B. Geocaching. C. Eating s'mores. D. Eat hot dogs.